165 and it's rising. Tons of people here in the waiting room. We're going to start in about 30 seconds to give people time to get on. Just wanted to say huge congratulations to this team. Holy smokes, you guys are on fire. I love it. I love seeing all the rank ups. Congratulations to all the new silvers, golds, platinums, to the new diamonds that we have on this team. Uh, Special congratulations to new double black diamond. Michelle Sombrana, huge congrats. You're a rock star. You're crushing it. This team is on fire. Congrats to my business partner, Ashley, also double black diamond. It's crazy what's happening here right now. And I can't imagine a better opportunity and company and team. We're very blessed to be able to have our co-founder on here tonight, Mr. Dan Putnam, who I feel is a legend in the industry, somebody that I have a ton of respect for. And I remember vividly just it seems like just a few short months ago when he was telling me about this technology that he found and he feels is going to be like the holy grail of nutrition and supplements. And I trusted him because of his track record. And I was like, okay, I cannot wait to hear about it. And when he told me what it was, obviously I ran to Michelle, Ashley. I'm like, hey, we got something that's going to change the world, man. This is going to be crazy. Let's start a group. And here we are today. In just 5 short months, 6 short months, what we've done is incredible. This is where you want to be. Congrats to for you guys for being here right now because this timing is special. I hope you guys realize that. I hope you guys see that. And so with that, I wanted to turn the time over to Mr. Dan Putnam to be able to talk about the significance and timing of where we are right now. You all will remember being here right now because this will be the biggest thing so many of us have ever done in our careers. And it's exciting that we get to be here first because it's not very often in life that you get opportunities to be first in something like this. I know how big this is going to be. And so do a lot of people. And that's why we're seeing this go viral like crazy because a lot of people understand the timing of this can make a significant difference in the future of their families, the financial future, and what we're building here could be very significant and life changing. So, Dan, if you could unmute yourself, brother, I'd love to give you the time to talk about the new Ignyt product, the timing of pre building right now. Hold on one sec, my phone is blowing up. Okay, let's see. It- Do I need to, Michelle? Do I need to unmute him, or can he?
I'm unmuted.
Oh,
Can you
there
hear
we
me?
go. Perfect. Dan, first of all, from everyone on this Zoom, a big thank you, man. Thank you for having the biggest heart in the world. We love you. We are so grateful for everything that you're doing for us, and we appreciate this opportunity. It's changed my life in significant ways, and it came at the perfect time in my life. And I know a lot of people feel the same way. So thank you. I want to turn the time over to you, my friend, and really light people up, bro, and give your vision of where we are timing wise with the new Ignite product. If you could break that product down, break the system down. We got a packed Zoom. And I think this is going to impact so many lives, and I'm just excited for people to hear from you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Demetrius. And again, congratulations, Double Black Diamond. And starting to sniff Green Diamond. It looked like I could at least see it at they say that light at the end of the tunnel. I definitely could see Green Diamond in your near future, and I think it's going to be July. I'm calling it right now. A little bit of manifesting going on here. Michelle, also congratulations, Double Black Diamond. We're working on an income disclosure statement, and what we pulled, the average Black Diamond income was has been in the company 29,000 per week. It's going to change a little bit because now we're doing the qualifying volume, so you can actually hit black diamond with less than or double black diamond with less than 100,000 CV, and so the QV is helping you get there so that you're going to get the 20% 2T pay faster, but it's going to be on less volume in most cases, but still it's a significant income, probably at least 12, 15, $20,000 at double black diamond, and we're getting more and more people hitting that rank more and more consistently, and a lot of it's because of this timing. So let me talk a little bit about what's happened since January, and then I'll talk a little bit about what I see is going to happen over the next 6 months. So if we just are breaking this year down into two halves, we're on the last part of the first half of the year. Next month is going to start the second half of the year. First half of the year, we've launched this product in over 80 countries. So we've shipped this product to households in over 80 countries already. That's very rare this early on with a new launch like this. We've sold over 200,000 bottles, um, tens of thousands of testimonials. Our top leaders are making tens of thousands of dollars per week. And right now, today, we're selling close to 2,000 bottles per day. Here's an interesting thing. We actually thought that when we're shifting from a 3-pack to a 2-pack, in your mind, logically, that's going to mean that you're going to sell significantly less bottles. It's 33% different right there. This month, as of the 10th, we've sold more bottles than we did the first 10 days of May. May was our best month in the last 3 years. So just to let you know, at 2 bottles compared to 3, so we're having to sell 33% more. We've sold that much more already this month than last month, and that's with a couple countries on back order and not absolutely ideal situation. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what are we doing to make sure that we can keep up with growth? Can we keep up with growth? We're bringing in a massive amount of product. That's the first thing that we're doing. Going to the 9 ml bottles, we're also going to, again, the bottles are going to go a lot further. And we're bringing in more bottles than we ever have before. And again, the product has about 40% more than it had before. So we're preparing ourselves for more than 100% growth over the next couple months. And we're really preparing for doubling at least 2 more times by the end of the year. I think we should be on pace to break 100 million this year with the growth that I think we're going to have, which is good. But again, that's not our goal. Our goal is be a top 5 company in all network marketing. To do that, we're going to have to jump up to about $1 billion a year. But again, with what we have, I don't think that's even scratching the surface. And just as a perfect example, a few stats so that people know. I just looked this up the other day, and it's changed significantly over the last couple months as they put in the final numbers and stuff like that. In 2025, GLP-1s, this is the pharmaceutical side, sold approximately 132 to 140 billion dollars. 132 to 140 billion. So we literally don't even have to take up 1% of the share of the product to be doing well over $1 billion per year. And now what's it expected? Says expected to reach 260 billion to 334 billion by the early 2030s. So that's the next 4 to 5 years. It's going to double to triple. And so if you look there, even if we're just 1% of the market, we're going to be the number 2 network marketing company in the world, size-wise. And I think we're going to pick up more than 1% share, and I'm going to explain exactly why I think that on this call. And so let's look at the pharmaceuticals and what they are. First off, they're 100% synthetic. Second off, they're an agonist. So they're putting synthetic things into the body, similar to what you'd look at like a testosterone TRT replacement. You're putting testosterone in the body that's synthetic, and it's telling the body, okay, there's all this testosterone. It doesn't know where it came from. It's almost like you going to go grocery shop and you open up your fridge and there's all this food in there, and it's like, where did this food come from? I guess I don't need to go shopping. And so the body's saying, hey, where did all this testosterone come? I guess I don't need to produce any. So the body shuts down all production of natural testosterone, and this can have long-term side effects, and some can be irreparable. And that's the same thing that's happening with these agonists. It's basically, going directly to the GLP-1 into the body, and it's saying, hey, where did this come from? I guess we don't need to produce any GLP-1. GLP-1 is nothing new. The body's produced it from the beginning of time. GLP-2, GIP, these are just functions that the body has. And they're signaled by peptides. Peptides are just simply short-chain amino acids that come from the food that we eat. So peptides is nothing new. It's existed since nature's existed, since foods existed. And it's how the body works. You have these short-chain amino acids. They signal the body to produce, in this case, GLP-1, GLP-2, GIP, but it could signal any hormone or any type of reaction in the body. Different peptides do different things. And the reason that they're becoming so popular is because we have a massive problem in the world today. The food that we're eating is overprocessed. It doesn't have the nutrition in it. Even if you're buying, salmon in the store, half of it's been shot up with all kinds of steroids, with preservatives, food colorings, dyes, all kinds of things. It's not real food anymore, and that's all food. It's not just the meats. It's the basically everything is so overproduced that it's getting almost all the nutrition out of the food. So then when the body tries to break it down, if the nutrition's not there, you're not going to have the amino acid profile, you're not going to have the peptides, and that's assuming that everything's working correctly in the body. So the great thing about this product, A, it's 100% all natural. B, it's the only thing that exists that I know of right now that is working on three pathways. That's not a synthetic. Right now, they have research peptides. Eli Lilly, a massive company, has spent hundreds of millions of dollars on research, a triple agonist. And through the research, they're trying to move that into a pharmaceutical as fast as they can because it's so far superior to the GLP-1s. So GLP-1, again, that's what's on the market. That's your semaglutide. That's kind of the generic form. The brand names, Ozempic, Wegovy, there's several others that are out there, and there's becoming more and more and more. But GLP-1 is amazing. In and of itself, it slows down the food noise, helps control appetite, slows down digestion, so you feel full much longer. But what's happening with so many people is they're basically just told, hey, you don't need to change your lifestyle. You simply, start taking these injections, and they work, and people lose weight. But then we have to investigate, well, what actually are they losing? Because when you're looking to lose weight, in most cases, what we actually want to do is lose fat. But losing weight could be fat, could be water, could be lean mass. And if you do nothing to change your lifestyle, and you're not adding protein, you're not exercising, you're not moving, what they're seeing, and this is just documented, they're seeing anywhere from 20 to as high as 60% of the weight loss is lean mass. Now, why is that important? The lean mass, your muscle, is your longevity organ. That's basically what's a great predictor of how well you're going to move and function as you age. And our goal as a company with Origin and with Be Epic both is to add more life to your years. Not necessarily add more years to your life. We want to have those quality, as high a quality as possible. And the best chance to maintain this quality for as long as possible is to maintain that lean muscle mass and be able to move, be able to play with your grandkids, your great grandkids, be able to get up and walk without assistance and things like that. And that's becoming more rare and rare. Even though the average life expectancy is moving up, the quality of life is not moving at the same rate. And so the GLP-1s, even though it's reducing weight, in most cases, if they're not changing their habits, a lot of that weight is lean mass, and that's a big problem. And that's what Eli Lilly's doing so much study on with this triple agonist. There's tirzepatide, which is a dual agonist, retatrutide, which is a triple agonist. And what's crazy is one of the number one markets of those products, both of those products. And again, they're buying these not for human consumption, research purposes only, but it's selling billions and billions and billions of dollars because of the benefits. And people are willing to take the risk and literally inject yourself with something that you don't really know for sure what it is. And it says right on the website and right on the bottle, not for human consumption, but they're still doing it. Tens and tens of millions of people, billions of dollars in sales. And now it's looking like retatrutide is going to be a drug. As soon as it goes a drug, it's going to go from several $100s to several $1,000s. And that's really the goal of these pharmaceutical companies is instead of charging a couple $100s for something, once it becomes a drug, they can charge a couple $1,000s for the same thing. And so why are they wanting to do this? Why are they spending hundreds of millions of dollars on research? Because what they found is there is a better technology. There's different pathways that help create a much better product than the GLP-1s alone. GLP-2, just as an example, that's what one of the pathways that TriGLP works with, and that helps reduce inflammation throughout the entire body. That helps heal the gut. That helps with the immune system. It also helps with regulating and assimilation of minerals such as iron and many others. And this is, again, extremely important to your health. And just as an example, if you look at this is probably more prevalent in males than females, but if you look at a guy that has a big belly, a big gut, and you push on it, most of the time you're going to see that it's very firm. That's all kinds of inflammation built up, plus fat mixed in with the muscle, very hard to lose, and very, very unhealthy. And so helping deal with that inflammation is extremely important in order to, again, add more life to your years and have the best health that you possibly can. And then GIP is really focusing on helping to protect that lean mass. And how that does that is dealing with insulin, helping the body become insulin sensitive, helping to control blood sugar. Because when insulin's present, it's sending a signal to the mind, sending a signal to the brain to hold on to fat. And it's going to take energy from muscle and from other places before it goes to the fat, because in the body's mind, it's signaling that there's insulin. That means that you just ate. But that's not true with the normal worldwide diet. It used to be the North American diet, but that's spread across the entire world now. Insulin resistance is a massive problem. And when you are insulin resistant, the body's working against you for fat loss. And so it's extremely important that you take care of these issues instead of just saying, hey, we're going to give you something that's going to help control your appetite. It's going to control cravings. It's going to slow down digestion so you feel full a lot longer. And if you overeat, you're going to feel absolutely miserable. So you're probably not going to do it too often. That again is not doing humanity a great service. Even though people love it, people are flocking to it by the hundreds of millions of people, because that's exactly what they want. They want to lose weight without changing their lifestyle. But then the more you look at it, it makes a little bit more sense to change the lifestyle. But also, if you have things that even if you don't change your lifestyle, that are taking care of some of the other issues to help maintain that lean muscle mass, that's massive. Not only, again, extremely rare that you have a nutraceutical company spend the tens of millions of dollars to have the studies that you can make actual FDA claims. One issue that network marketing companies and nutraceuticals all around the world have is they really are kind of handcuffed in what they can say about the product. In many cases, people have issues with the FDA just from selling personal testimonials, just saying, hey, this is what the product did for me, if you don't have all the studies to back what you're saying. And so again, this is so unique that we not only have the studies, but now we can make the FDA claims, and there's nothing that they can do. It's been proven. That almost never happens in the nutraceutical space. So that's massive. Now let me get into really quick Ignyt and why we're so excited about Ignyt. Again, TriGLP is a game changer. It's changed lives. It's going to continue to change lives and getting better and better, moving this bottle around the world. But the benefit that we have with the powder is a couple things. One, you can take the same doses that are in the studies. That's what the studies were done on. So now we know exactly how much to take. With the extract, in all honesty, we're guessing because the studies weren't done on the extract. So we're saying, how strong of an extract is it? How much better is the absorption? And then logically, you should be able to take this amount that would be the equivalent of that amount. But it doesn't have the studies to back it. And so in order to get the exclusive with this ingredient, which we did, and we're so excited about that because it became much, much more difficult than we thought. They gave us a short-term, exclusive to start selling the product. But because of great leaders and because of a fantastic product, we sold so much that now all of a sudden every company was contacting them and wanting the product, wanting the exclusive and things like that. And some very, very large companies contacting them, wanting the exclusive. We was able to get it, but part of that was bringing on the powder because they didn't feel comfortable letting any company use their studies, use their science, unless it's what's actually been studied and what the actual science was behind. And so that's why one of the reasons we're bringing out the powder. Another reason is it's just so much better for sampling, so much easier for sampling, and so much better for selling. Sampling and selling are one of the most proven strategies, especially when you get into the entire continent of Africa, all of Southeast Asia, all of Latin America. It's the most popular way that network marketing companies are built. Sample and sell. And so many countries, probably 85% of the world, they live more day to day, week to week than they do month to month. So many people, even though they would like to take a product every day, they can't afford a month's supply. So what they do is they'll buy 3 days, 5 days, save up some more money, buy another 3 days, another 5 days. And this allows you to do that, which again is amazing. You can sell three for 15, five for 25, whatever the prices are, and create a massive business. And then again, when the product works well, so many customers end up becoming your best distributors. And this is proven by so many companies. I would say probably if I'm going to talk just a little bit about a company that I would say not even the same story, but kind of would be something like Prove It, and look at the success they had selling 20 sticks for around 130, $150, almost double the price of our product. And that was something to put you into ketosis. Ketosis means absolutely nothing. That means that there's ketones when they test your urine. You have ketones in your urine. Hey, if you drink ketones, you're gonna be in ketosis. Nothing to do with ketogenesis. Ketogenesis is what you're at. Just a incorrect, unresponsible way of marketing is talking about ketosis. And then people thinking that ketogenesis and ketosis are the same thing, not even close to the same thing. But ketones are an absolutely incredible energy source, especially for the brain. So there's massive benefits for drinking ketones. Weight loss is not one of them. So all of the weight loss coming from companies like that was because they changed their lifestyle. And they felt more energy, more mental clarity. They were able to do a placebo, thinking that they're in ketogenesis when they think that ketogenesis and ketosis are the same thing, not even close to the same thing. It's like if I drink a bunch of alcohol and then I do a test to see if there's alcohol in my blood or alcohol in my urine. Yes, I'm going to have alcohol in my blood and I'm going to have alcohol in my urine because I just drank a bunch of it. Same thing, you drink a bunch of ketones, you're going to have ketones in your blood, you're going to have ketones in your urine, you're going to be in ketosis. Ketogenesis is the natural body production of ketones from your fat. Not even close to the same. But how did they build the company? They built the company by sampling the product, telling about the science, and then selling a week supply, 2 week supply, and then they became a company doing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. The peptides, is so much bigger than the keto market. It's not even comparable. You have the number one selling pharmaceutical in the world, and now you have a nutraceutical that is far superior because it's working on three pathways as opposed to one pathway. We have the same studies as the pharmaceutical companies. We have a patent. We have the exclusive rights. This literally is a perfect storm to build a massive business. And I couldn't be more excited now that we're going to be able to share a stick pack at a time. The flavor is fantastic. Demetrius was with me the very first time we tried it. So he tried the flavor the first time that I tried it also. And one of those flavors is the flavor that we're launching. And we have three or four other flavors that are good enough to launch and allows us to do LTOs of different flavors and different seasons and stuff like that. So we're excited about it. One thing that I want to do, I'll just take about another 5 minutes, Demetrius, and then I'll turn it back over to you and Michelle to take over the call, or I'm more than happy to answer any questions. But one of the things that we had great success in, and I think one of the reasons we did so well with the launch of TriGLP, we launched a site called The Big Beautiful Reveal. We did that November 1st, and we allowed people 10 days to sign up for free. And then we put 5,000 bottles up for sale. In all honesty, we didn't think we'd sell anywhere close to 5,000 bottles. And on 11/11, we sold them out in just over an hour. Then we went back to the free sign up until the Friday after Thanksgiving. We put up 10,000 bottles for sale, and it was the same thing. We didn't count on selling 10,000 bottles. We thought we might sell 3, 4, 5,000 bottles. That would be great over a 4-day period. We sold out 10,000 bottles before the first before the Monday. So I think by Saturday we sold out. We sent 5,000 bottles to Europe for our European launch, and we opened that up on 12/12, thinking that we didn't have a lot of sales in Europe. And so we thought that would be a month's supply. 5,000 bottles isn't nothing. 5,000 bottles is a large amount of sales with a brand new product in a brand new market. Same thing, 12/12, it sold out in just a couple hours. That ended up being not a great thing for us because, again, launching on 12/12, we're right by Christmas, New Year's. A lot of the companies are shut down. A lot of the companies are doing the final end of the year audits. So it took us well into January to get product back into the EU, and it really slowed things down. And so now we're so much more prepared for the growth and everything, with bringing in way more product, more expectations of what's going to sell. And so what we decided to do, because there's so many people looking at the company, so many new people coming, we put together a site, Ignyt.biz, IGNYT.biz. This is free enrollment, so people can enroll for free, and they can also enroll for free. I would highly recommend, if anybody does anything with this site, you do it in addition to what you're already doing. You don't want to slow anything down for free enrollment, because free doesn't pay very well, even though as they start to order, it can be big. But what I've recommended several people is a lot of times, if for instance, you're trying to sign somebody up and they can't make their decision, they want to think about it a little bit, you can easily use that. Hey, why don't we just get you positioned for free? That way, everybody that comes in after you that I'm bringing in can go on your downline. You can be positioned. If you decide not to do it, the spot will just go away. It's nothing. It doesn't cost you anything. But if you have any interest at all, I at least recommend grabbing a spot. So ignyt.biz/your username. This is Ignyt.biz is going to switch to Ignite 750. It's only a marketing funnel. It's not another company. It's not another anything. Ignite is an Origin product. So on the Origin website will be TriGLP and Ignite as soon as we launch that in July. We are going to have a sales funnel that focuses on Ignite, and a product sales funnel that focuses on Ignite. That's Try Ignite. It's up right now. It's not live, obviously, because we don't have the product. And there's a couple things that is incorrect information, but you can just kind of see what it looks like. Try, TRY, Ignite, IGNYT.com/your username. Also, it'll be for sale in the parent company and be Epic on the website and in the back office. But the Ignite's an Origin product. And that's the main place that people can purchase it. We will have its own funnel if somebody wants to focus just on the powder for whatever reason. We are going to have it there. Another thing that I just want to do as an announcement. As you know, we gave away the Corvette in March. We're going to start the new giveaway on the 4th of July, and we're doing it a little bit different. This is going to be only Origin products, so it's going to be TriGLP and Ignite. Those are going to be the only qualifiers for the car, along with a product that we're using to launch other markets called Be More. That's again, it's in all markets, but it's just a great way that we can bring people in from a country that we don't have any of the nutrition in yet, and start to pre-build and get people ready for that. So it's a product that's available in every country. So those are the only products that are going to be available for the car giveaway. The next car, if you go to the Ignite website, ignite.biz, you'll see it's a fully custom Jeep. And if anybody's ever seen, I think it's Truck Guys on HBO Max, also on the Discovery Channel. That's the company that did the build out of this custom Jeep Gladiator. Whoever wins this, you're not going to see another one like it. Virtually, I would say it's almost one of a kind, unless you take it somewhere and they do all of the work. You're not going to get anything anywhere near. Everything on is custom. There's virtually nothing on that is coming stock. And so it's great for people that like to off-road. It's got a good lift on it. It's got big tires. The entire thing is Rhino line, so you're not going to scratch it. You're not going to damage it. And it's got all the best off-roading packages available. On Origin, with Ignite, I'm seeing some things pop up. We're going July 4th for pre-sale, and that's going to be US, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. We plan to have it in inventory the second week in July. Once we have it in inventory, we're obviously going to send it to the EU. We already have it registered in the EU. I believe before July, we'll have it registered in Mexico and Colombia also. And so as soon as it comes in and we have it in inventory, we're going to send it off to those markets. So guessing early August, we'll have it in all of our worldwide markets that we're shipping to right now. And US pre-orders in July, Canada, UK, Australia, New Zealand. I don't think we're going to take pre-orders in Europe or Latin America 4th of July, just because it's probably going to be a full month, 4 to 5 weeks before they get the product. And we feel that's a little too long for a pre-order. We typically never want to do pre-orders. It's any more than about 2 weeks because people get, impatient. They don't want to wait. They don't want to pay and then wait 4 or 5 weeks for the product. So we plan on having the product. It is possible that we have the product on the 4th of July. That would up things a little bit quicker in Europe and in Latin America. But it's looking like it's going to be the second week of July when the product arrives in the warehouse. That's when it'll start shipping out. But we hope to have a massive sell, 10, 20, 30,000 within the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th to close out that week. We plan on July again. I won't be surprised if we go from, let's say, where we was in earlier this year to July. I won't be surprised if we will triple our sales. So I think that we can double the sales between right now and the end of July, maybe the end of August, because of the growth we're having around the world. More and more people are hearing about it. We have so many people that are now coming on for the launch of this Ignite, getting excited about being able to sample, being able to share the FDA claims, being able to show that we have the exclusive. These are all things that we had worked on and we had verbally done and stuff, but now we have press releases from the actual raw ingredient provider stating that we have the exclusive. We have the studies, we have the FDA claims, we have all that information right on the website that everybody can see. And so with that, again, thank you so much for the opportunity. Congratulations. I love seeing so many people hitting ranks of diamond and gold and silver and platinum and blue diamond and double blue diamond and now double black diamond. And I know within the next, I'm predicting again, I think it could be July, but if not, I think it'll be August or September before we start to have some green diamonds coming from this group and other groups in the company. So thank you so much. Demetrius, if you want to go through the questions and see if there's any that you don't know the answer to that you want me to answer really quick, I'm more than happy to do that. But again, congratulations on your success. Thank you guys for running a team, caring so much about your team, providing so much support to your team. And it's, no surprise the way that you guys are growing, and it's going to keep going that same way for the unforeseeable future.
Thank you, Dan. Dude, that was awesome. You always get me fired up, bro. If you guys understand Dan's track record for years, I've worked with this man. I've known this man. He's been searching for that billion-dollar home run, and he found it with what we have with this technology. And that's the opportunity that he gave to all of us. What a blessing, what a gift he is to be able to create opportunity for us to take advantage of this market share that's already been created. We are going to see some incredible growth and momentum. It's starting right now as you guys start to share this free site to get people out there, get them positioned in. You could have an incredible July. But thank you for hopping on, Dan, again. So I want to turn the time over to my business partner, Ashley. She is going to go over some of the questions that we're seeing in there. There's a lot coming in. Ashley, I'll go ahead and she's been looking at some of those. So I'll
Yes.
turn the time over to you and let you ask those and refer them over to Dan.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Dan. I think I can speak for all of us when I tell you like how excited we are about it. Like we've not people stop asking about it since you told us about it earlier this week, end of last week. So there's a few questions, you guys. Obviously, we can't go. I'm trying to read them now. That's why I don't have my camera on, but we can't answer all of them. But I think one of the biggest ones I've seen is what is the initial flavor that we're going to be launching with, Dan? If you can
The,
share that with us.
yeah, the initial flavor, if I'll tell you the flavoring that's in it is cran apple, but I don't think that if I didn't tell somebody the flavor, I don't think that they would guess that it's cran apple. Um, it's not super sweet, and it's very refreshing. And we've given it out to several handfuls of people, and every single person has liked it. So the flavor is great. There's no like aftertaste, no weird taste, no fish smell, no nothing. It's an enjoyable beverage. I saw some other questions that I'll just answer really quick, just that I saw, and then Ashley, you can say some more. The cost is the same as TriGLP. So the one bag, which is 28 sticks, 4 grams per stick, is $74.95, qualifies for the entire plan. Two is 130, and then 4 and 6, same prices as the TriGLP. On the Origin site, you'll be able to buy TriGLP, you'll be able to buy Ignyt, or you'll be able to buy a combo pack. So the 2, 4, and 6 will also be in a combo, 1 of each, 2 of each, 3 of each. You can definitely use the powder and the drops together. I saw some people asking about the FDA claims. We put those all on the website now, so you can just click and read through the website. There's 13 different claims. I knew that there was around 10 when we first got the old document. It had 6, but there's 13. They have more studies that are still going on right now. The total ingredients in the Ignyt, there's 4 grams of Progo. My personal opinion, I think that it's probably stronger. The 4 grams is probably stronger than 0.5 mils, which is approximately 10 drops. So I think that the powder goes a little bit further. Studies go all the way up to 16 grams. Talking to the doctors and everybody who ran the studies, they think that it was a little bit of an overkill. They don't think that there's a significant difference between 12 and 16 grams of the product. They think the sweet spot is between 4 and 8 grams. So 1 to 2 sticks would be very similar to 1 to 2 servings of the TriGLP. My personal opinion, from my own experience, I think the powder is a little bit stronger. Maybe it's because you're drinking a lot of water with it. I'm not sure what the case is, but also people I've shared it with, they've felt the same thing. So you have the Progo, 4 grams. You have a little bit of beet powder. That's only for the coloring. I don't think that there's enough beet powder in there for nitric oxide benefits or other benefits of beet. It's more just for the coloring. We wanted to make sure that we're not using anything unnatural, no red dyes or stuff like that. Natural cranapple flavoring, and then stevia is the sweetener. And so that's everything in the product. As mentioned, we already have it registered in the EU. You can definitely use them both together, and it's just up to you. I think some people will use one, some people use the other, some people use them both. And there's it might be easy for some people to take 5 drops of this in the morning and then have a stick in the afternoon, and that might work perfectly for them. Some other people might just want to stick with what's worked for them and stick with the drops. And some people may try the powder and feel like it works better and just switch to the powder. So whatever they want to do, our plan as of now is to carry both. But if one sells like 90% more than the other, we probably won't long-term carry them both. If it's like 60-40, 70-30, we'll carry them both. But if it's like 90-10, the one that's only doing about 10% will probably drop because they are so similar. But again, the extract, some people like just having 36 servings in one little bottle like this instead of, I don't have the packaging yet, but instead of carrying something around like this. But then again, this is easy to put a few sticks in your purse. You don't have to worry about it leaking or spilling or anything like that. So just different, but the end of the day, the end result should be very similar.
Thank you so much, Dan. I think you pretty much covered a lot of the questions. I'm still reading through a few. We don't really want to get into any specific studies on different IBS and arthritis, depression, things like that. So look in the future at the different studies, and as people try it, you'll be able to see in our testimonial groups. I think quite a few people again asked when to pre-order. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dan did say on the 4th of July, correct, Dan?
4th of July, yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Um, I think that's pretty much it. Everyone that's asking if you can use them together, yes, Dan did say that you can use them together. It doesn't really matter how much of one you use or the other. You can kind of mix and match them. This is all food grade, so with that being said, it's not like you have to worry about taking too much. And I think that's pretty much it. We're answering the questions as we see you guys asking, but we really appreciate you, Dan, for taking the time to get on here and always taking the time on such short notice to, come and talk to us, our team. And we're just really excited for everything that's happening here. And I mean, I know your vision's huge from knowing you for so long. And I'm so excited for where this is going to go because I can vision it and I know so many other people can. So we really appreciate it. Demetrius, is there anything else you wanted to say?
One thing I want to just answer really quick because a lot of concerns because of the synthetic peptides and everybody talking about the digestion and everything like that. And so I just saw one asking about the absorption in the gut. Um, Peptides are made to be absorbed in the gut. I mean, you get peptides from your food. So many people are getting different things in their mind based on these completely synthetic mimicking peptides. And so, obviously, with the extract, you're getting significantly better absorption in your mouth than you are in your gut. But you're taking basically one serving is 250 milligrams, and one serving in the stick is 4 grams, 4,000 milligrams. So you're taking, you know, significantly more, several hundred times more in the powder because the absorption is not going to be as good in the gut. But you're making up for that by taking 4 grams instead of 250 milligrams. So 4,000 milligrams compared to 250 milligrams. And all of the studies are done on the powder being absorbed in the gut. So any research that you read, everything that you see from the scientists, the 50 plus $1 million, 10 years of research has all been peptides absorbed in the gut. So it's not anything for people to be concerned about, but it is something that we do need to address because you're hearing all the times. Now, if you look at the injections, you look at the research peptides like retatrutide, that's 10 milligrams for 5 to 6 weeks. You're taking 1 milligram per week. So the absorption 1 milligram per week. Here you're taking 4,000 milligrams per day. 1 milligram per week, 4,000 milligrams per day. You can see the pros and cons to that. One, the pro of taking 1 milligram per week is very, very strong. You don't have to take very much. The con is very, very strong. You take a little bit too much, and there can be some irreversible damage. That's why people are paralyzing their digestion, have even going blind, bone loss. You're taking something that is extremely potent with these mimicking peptides, research purpose, and also the pharmaceutical side. So when they're talking about needing, to absorb through injections and stuff like that, it's not apples to apples. You're comparing completely different things. They're doing 1 milligram per week. We're talking about 4,000 milligrams to 8,000 milligrams to 16,000 milligrams per day. So just want to be clear on that. You're not going to get nearly the absorption in the gut, but you're taking 100 times more product.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Demetrius, did you want to close us out or should we just end here? And thank you so, so very much.
No, yeah, this has been an awesome Team Zoom. I'm excited for you guys to use this as a recording. I mean, I know I'm going to rewatch this over and over again. Dan, thanks again for your time. If I were you guys, I would not sleep on this opportunity. I would go crazy with getting on my phone, sharing it with every single person you can. I would go crazy on social media, my reach outs, everything. I would not sleep until you're where you want to be. I mean, honestly, I mean, this opportunity is the biggest opportunity I think anybody on here has ever had the opportunity to be here at the beginning of. I already know where this is going. I know the type of income that you can earn in this company, this opportunity. I know the lives that you can impact here. So I want to invite each and every one of you to stop playing so small. including myself. There's so many more people I could have talked to. There's so many more people I could have already gotten in. Okay. I can't change what's happened in the past. All I can do is look forward to the future. And between now and July 4th, every single person on here can set themselves up for the biggest win financially of your lives. So I wanted to throw that challenge out there. I'm excited to see how this impacts people, how we continue to grow on a global scale, and the lives we're going to continue to change. Uh, let's change ours first, and then we can go from there. Thank you all for hopping on. Thanks again. Big congrats to the team on the biggest week, biggest month so far since we launched, and I look forward to some more ranks launching this week. So let's go. Thanks, guys. Have a good week.